So this problem is to find f prime of x, or the derivative of f, by determining the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x over h. And my function is negative 4x squared. So first of all, in a previous video, I found that that limit was, or excuse me, that difference quotient is negative 8x minus 4h. So I'm going to plug that in for my difference quotient. And all I need to do here is to find my limit as h approaches 0. So if you haven't seen that video, you need to go back and watch that video to see how I found my difference quotient was equal to negative 8x minus 4h. From here, to finish evaluating my limit, when my h is approaching 0 and I don't have an h in the denominator, I can just plug in my 0 for my h, and I get negative 8x minus 4 times 0. This whole term, because it's multiplied by 0, goes to 0, and my derivative is negative 8x. So that would be the derivative. We can write that as f prime of x. And then we also need to find f prime of negative 2. So to find f prime of negative 2, we just plug in negative 2 in for x. So negative 8 times negative 2 is positive 16. It also asks for us to find f prime of 0. So that would be negative 8 times 0, which is equal to 0. And then we also need to find f prime of 1. Negative 8 times 1 is negative 8. So those are my three slopes of my tangent lines at x is equal to negative 2, 0, and 1. So what this means is that when my x is equal to negative 2, my slope of my tangent line is going to be a positive 16. So it's going to have a positive slope for its tangent line graph. At 0, my slope of my tangent line is going to be 0. So it's going to be a straight horizontal line. And then at 1, now my slope is negative. So I'm going to have a negatively sloping, or a going down from left to right slope of my tangent line at x is equal to 1.